If you wish to remain connected with Maharishikaa, independent of social media, sign up to our mailing list at maharishikaa.org/contact or scan the QR code. Welcome to the Truth Impulse movement.
Things don't go according to how you want in Guru Shishya. It's not a psychologist who has certain rules of behavior. It's not psychology. Guru will squeeze you and turn you around and throw you in the air and catch you again, and all of that must have already happened to you. No?
I was the guy who was running after every movement that was saying, we have to make it. I say, yes, I'm here. Here, hands up.
And now you grace us with the end result of those failures, is it? Namaskar.
My name is Simone. The question I'm having is between devotion and dependency. So if I look through my life, it's like there was always a tendency to be depending. Sometimes it was on an ashram or on a practice, on an image, on a teaching. And it was only very late in life that I started to rely more internally. Still again, I had an attitude of depending this time of the presence of a woman who was a friend, a relationship. So that was always there. And when I find myself alone, I still tend to want to hook to someone. And maybe if not a person, maybe it's a satsang. Like now, I come to this satsang, I love to sit here, I just want to come here and just... my usual routine is less important. I just love. I always told myself this is beautiful, but there is also some aspect about my attitude that I feel I would like to resolve. In a sense, it makes me always, be dependent, feeling reliant.
You want to change it?
Yes.
Why? Why do you want to change it? Is it something wrong to want to be with a person or be in an ashram or chant something or go to a satsang? It's okay.
Yeah, sure. It's okay.
You're all okay. It's a good thing.
See, okay, if I look at my history, it's like at the point I was on my own, then I wanted like a company, like a female company. I was projecting my desire on every person I was meeting, basically. And then I was with the person, then conflicts were there and dissatisfaction on both sides. Then I'm again on my own, but I'm attached to a person, then that attachment fades. Then I come to a satsang, then I enjoy every time an attachment fades and I get attached to something that I take as being an expression of the divine, generally speaking, I feel that's good. I love to be in love with the divine. It's the only thing that saved me through my stupidity.
So the problem is that you can't really fully commit to anything in your life. Isn't it that more than anything else? I don't think it's a problem of dependence, it's a problem of not having loyalty, not having...
Yeah, maybe.
Not being strict about something and holding with and staying with it.
Possible, yeah, sure.
And that is the problem.
Yeah, possible.
So that's what you have to change.
Okay.
If you go to an ashram, you go to a satsang, you have a relationship with somebody, they're all different things. You cannot put them all in one pot to start with. But the fact of the matter is that there are people in this world who just cannot commit to anything because they're always afraid they're missing something out somewhere else. There's always that little fear that if I commit too deeply into this, then I miss out something else somewhere.
Sure.
So if you never commit to anything, this is a result.
Okay.
So maybe it's time to find something to which you hold, whether it's a practice or it's a ashram or it's a relationship or whatever it is, but if you don't commit to anything, then you will just be there in Italy in your village and come to India every year and do some guru tourism and then go back.
True.
It's not going to result in any self-realization.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to also stick to something. Even, for example, there are students, shishyas, their guru is very stupid. They know also that the guru doesn't know anything. But they decide, this is my guru, now that's my guru, that's it. They're not there trying to measure, how much does he know or she knows, and does she know this Agama and this Veda, and okay, but no, but has she read this Upanishad, or has he, how many disciples does he have? They're not sitting there calculating everything, or how much do they know, or the issue with you is that the moment you have to give something, you retract. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it will be.
So, what is the solution? Because
Start
I
giving.
don't see it coming.
Start giving. First you put a Dakshinaa in that. That's the first step.
Okay, sure.
Then after that we'll talk about the next step.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, Rameshwari.
The issue is the giving. The more you give, the more you flow with life. It's always a discussion in your head about giving. And I don't mean like here, I mean everywhere. It's always measuring, on a subtle level. That is also your inheritance. I mean, you come from that genetic imprint of everything being measured in give and take. The thing is that giving is something which has its own dynamic. If you give without thinking too much, you also get without having to think about getting. So there are a lot of people, they're in their 40s, their 50s, and they are there very sort of pinched. You know the word? They don't have that vibrance of youth anymore. But because they've always been measuring how much, this auto rickshaw driver, he's charging me 10 rupees, but actually it's 8 rupees. What difference does it make? 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees? Just give him the money and move on. But no, calculate 1 rupee, 2 rupees. And then they become pinched. I'm not saying you are like that necessarily, but there is that possibility there in you. To be measuring always, okay, if I don't get this from him, then I will not give that. And always trying to get more and give less. On an energetic level, I mean also. Then the result is that you're not connected to anything. And there are nice old age homes then in Italy, and there you will be with very few people visiting you. That's how it ends. Millions of people like that. But it's only about learning how to give fearlessly. I'm not saying that you're not a giver, but you have an issue in that area. It's a pinchedness about everything. Don't measure too much. Just give in generous arcs. You will receive in generous arcs from life itself. Because you never know, You give something today, maybe 5 years later you need something and there'll be somebody to give. Life is not so easily measurable. So it's better to be you give more into life and take less. Not the other way around that everybody's taught. Oh, I go into a shop, how much is this shirt? It's $20 or $200. Oh, maybe I can find the same shirt for $20 less. And you spend 5 days looking for the same shirt for $20 less. And actually you have lost 5 days. You know what I mean? That giving without thinking too much is very important. Why do we need to get so much? We can also give more than we get. Just give more than you get. What happens? You're not going to die. You might actually live that way. Doesn't it make sense, what I'm saying? Does it?
Because I always I don't have enough to eat.
But I'm telling you that it's not like that, so you have to maybe look at yourself. I was saying that in general, it is safer to give more in any situation. There are people who come here. I'll give you an example. They come here, last time, say we were in Rishikesh. They would sit for 30 satsangs. Every day they'll come on time, they'll leave on time and everything. And they will ask, when is the next When is Maharishikaa ji coming again to Rishikesh? When is she in Tiruvannamalai? And then one of the sadhaks will say, listen, please give us your email, we'll send you the message, because we cannot answer questions like this to hundreds of people, But they won't give the email. It's like a sort of a holding back. They won't give the email, but they want all the information. And some sadhak has to stand and tell them for 10 minutes everything. And like that, it's an example of someone who is just taking and taking and taking from life and not even ready to make that small step to help us so that we don't have to spend time explaining to them. So then somebody would come and ask me what to do with such people. Then I said, then don't give them any answers. I'm saying even on that level, giving is so difficult for many people. I mean it that way also. Or you meet somebody, a woman you want to spend some time with, And I'm not saying you, but they will not walk her till the train station. It's too much effort. Even that giving is not there. It's a culture of people that are taught from childhood to take as much as possible from life and give as little as possible. But there's always that holier than thou attitude of you have to help the poor and I'm helping the poor. No, you're not helping anyone. You're just feeding your ego. We have to learn to distinguish. When are we feeding the ego and when are we actually giving? It's a very hard thing to hear, It's called surrender. It's called bending. It's called tuning into the truth and living from that truth rather than from the loud and clamoring noise of the ego always making you measure everything. It's not dependence if you feel the need to be in a path or go to a satsang or be in a relationship, or the dependence is not there. The dependence is on the idea of taking as much as possible and giving as little as possible. That's the dependence. You become independent of that idea, where your existence is about giving as much as possible, wherever you can. No expectations. Give. And then you see what happens after that. It's hard to hear what I'm saying, but you'll see that there is truth in it. It's very subtle, the ego, when it makes you start measuring everything in life. It's so subtle, you think you're actually a very generous, giving and loving person, but actually you're measuring all the time. And when you stop measuring, suddenly you won't feel you're dependent on anything. It's just flow. I'm going here, I'm doing this, I'm with this person. Because you're in a giving state. How will you feel dependent? He's thinking. You can come here if you want to speak. Can't hear you. If you want to argue with me. But you can argue, that's why I'm sitting here. I'm not sitting here to just, if you have a valid argument, I'm ready to listen.
As I listen to you, many questions arise, and I'm happy to ask you and see what is coming, and I'm coming to receive and absorb what is being said.
You also have to come to give into it, just as a reminder. And I mean, it's not about I'm coming to receive and take, it's about I'm bringing my presence also to this space. You have to think like that. The thinking has to shift.
The first part was this awakening of Kundalini, although you say it's already awakened, but I remember when this event happened, and I felt this energy, and then I felt that everything was love. But then one day, just ended up, completely spacey, and my nervous system was deranged and stuff. I didn't have the right understanding. I didn't have a one-to-one guidance, so I was doing what I felt was great, and I almost destroyed myself. So this is part of the story. Luckily I survived. My life became simpler, more beautiful, more harmonious. It still is like there is an urge like to progress, and on some aspects I see I cannot progress because on some levels I tend to do the same thing again and again. And one thing is I get attached to women, which is ridiculous because I was celibate for 15 years. And that was easy. Then all of a sudden it's like I keep projecting on a woman that she is my savior, so to speak. This is my point that I want to understand, that I try to work on.
What do you want to understand?
Again and again, it's like I've been told I should be alone, but I don't want to be alone. I've been alone in that way for so many years.
Why do you want to be alone?
No, I don't want exactly.
Do you have children?
No.
So then find a woman and have some children.
No,
be normal.
I never wanted children.
Why? Because it's giving, right?
Huh?
It's giving. You can be one of those spiritual seekers you see in Rishikesh, all floating about this much above the ground, and they don't even realize who's in front of them. They don't know there's a cow dung. They put their foot in it, and they are just in such a state. They are not sadhus. They're not sadhu. If you're a sadhu, that's okay. Put on the orange robes and walk away from society. You are living in society, but you don't want to have to raise a child because it's very difficult to do that.
Actually, no.
No,
I mean, I'm 56
then what?
now. I'm not younger. I'm 56.
So what if you're 56? So what? So what? You have an urge to be with a woman, right? And you think it's wrong to do that? That's strange.
No,
it's right to do because your ego will be nicely slapped by that woman.
Because my attempt to do that is failing. The moment I try to relate with women, always that doesn't work.
Because you have to learn how to give. I'm telling you the answer. You have to learn how to give. Giving. To realize, oh, this is a woman, which is already a khatarnak, dangerous character anyways. Sure. Then, now I have to learn how to give to her. Because you are not ready to give. And giving doesn't mean emotional statements. It means coming to yourself. To be powerful and straightforward, standing in front of that woman so that she really respects you. Which woman will respect a guy who's floating in satsang somewhere? That's why you don't get the woman. Those guys who get the women are the ones who are all like tough and straightforward and here and now and like that. They get the women because the women want to be with a guy who, one, is going to protect them, two, who's going to ensure that they are financially kind of okay, and three, who's going to offer them the world. What are you offering her?
Actually, I was in a relationship with a woman who was like that. It's like she had the world to give me, and it was so difficult because I felt I had nothing to give her. Apart from my love and my presence, there wasn't much.
Love?
In those terms.
What is love?
She was financially very stable, she was very intelligent.
What is this love? You had love to give her. Meaning, how does it express itself? Love, a lot of people say, but I love my partner. But that's all in the head. What are your actions? The actions.
Actually, when I met her, that's when I started to paint. She loved that I was an artist and I was creative. So I started to paint and paint and paint, and all my paintings were my love offerings to her. So it was like saying, I'm giving my energy to...
So then fine, so everything is fine, no? But it's not fine.
No, it's not, because at the end she's never satisfied.
Exactly.
It's like she's a woman that she's never satisfied with.
But no
anything.
woman is satisfied. No woman is satisfied. If women were satisfied, men would not create.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's never enough. I mean...
No, of course not. Why should it be? Imagine if she said everything is, you wouldn't do anything after that. No?
Sure.
The problem is about giving. You make a decision that you start to become more of a giving being. You are one of those neo-Advaitin people who are there observing themselves and observing the observer, observing himself, and all of that stuff, which is all old spirituality. last century.
Here in Rishikesh, in 1 month I made 30 new artworks. I mean, I'm a very productive artist if I give myself to it. What is this giving at the end? No, I'm trying to understand. You said something, but then I want to challenge you, but
No,
be
you
more
have.
precise in a way
You
that
please
I
challenge
understand.
me. I mean, why should you not challenge me?
Okay, then what is this giving?
I told you, no, first you make a dakshina. You didn't do it yet, so first you do that, then after that we'll talk.
Sure.
You see what you experience once you have done that. For me, this is a means of teaching you something. I don't need your dakshinas. It's a means of teaching you something. Have you made a dakshina since you came?
No,
Why not?
because
You
I
don't
was-
think I'm worth a dakshina?
Sure.
Okay, so then,
No.
so then
No. said,
I knew that you haven't made a dakshina because I knew that that's the type of people who go to those satsangs, no, those famous satsangs that happen in Rishikesh. Then they come in, it's always this problem. They haven't learned how they are there very.
No, I will do this.
I mean, you're
at the end.
you're a beautiful being. Don't make any mistakes
No,
about
okay,
it.
it's okay.
I feel that strongly, no question. But why did you not make a dakshina?
Because
Why didn't you put 20 rupees in that thing? Why not?
Because before my attitude was I was always giving to the guru.
Ah,
And these are-
funny, because all the people who come here say the same thing. All the years, 20, 30 years, we've come here, we're not going to give anything.
I'm being more considerate. I was telling myself I will give Dakshina when is the last satsang I'm coming. Same mistake like before. It's like I thought, yes, I received everything from the guru, so I will give everything to the guru.
10 rupees is everything.
No.
That's the point. I'm only trying to show you something.
Sure.
You came to a satsang 4 times.
Sure.
And I'm not telling all of you to make dakshinas. If you don't want to, that's fully fine. These are free satsangs. Nothing is expected of you. But why did you not make us a dakshina?
Sure.
Why? Okay, I understand. I don't want to give everything to the guru. Fair enough. A dakshina doesn't mean everything. Why didn't you do it? What part of you is incapable of expressing your appreciation? Every day you were here, you came and asked questions. And every day I answered these questions. And it was flowy. You got something out of it. But you didn't give anything. Then? Now you have to sit on that chair till I get an answer. Why did you not give the dakshina?
Because I thought I'm going to do this at the last satsang.
The last satsang. What if I die before that? Then? What if I die before that last satsang? Then after that you can't give a dakshina. Then what happens? Have you thought of that possibility?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I became a bit selfish.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, because I'm afraid, just this stupid attitude of me.
Afraid of like what? Putting 20 rupees in a dakshina bowl or 2,000? Let's increase the number. It's better maybe. Putting 20,000 rupees in the dakshina bowl, you're afraid of that. Why? It's going to kill you or what?
Sure.
You have to question yourself. When you take something from life and you don't give something, then you don't get anything.
I mean, I know that the answer is not a pleasant answer, but I feel like I gave 20 years of myself to this guru-student system of my energy.
So why are you sitting here then? If you don't believe in Guru
Because
Vada,
I still love it so much.
I still love to be entertained by the Guru Vada system, but it's not really my system.
No, it's much deeper
That's
than
what you
that.
said.
No, I regard you as an embodiment and an expression of the most universal thing that I love. No small thing. Now we are just talking in a kind of easy way. But
No, it's
regard
not
you-
easy. It's not easy. You have to answer the question.
The question. Yeah.
So you are saying that you gave 20 years of your life to Guru Vada, to the Guru Shishya system, and somehow you've not got anything out of it.
I did, but you are obliging to an organization. So it's like, wow, I gave my full trust. At the end, the trust in God is a big thing. And you give it to someone which at the end is an organization. I said, why? I don't want to give my energy to an organization again.
But then you shouldn't go anywhere where such things are. This is also an organization. I mean, look at it. There's like all this and that and that and this and that and that. And this is all an organization. So how are you in a place which you feel is anyway not a system you can relate to? Why are you sitting here? I'm not telling you not to sit here. It's a theoretical question. Why are you in a place which is actually a system which you don't feel is your thing? You know why? Because it is your thing.
Sure.
You have never committed to anyone fully, to any system, to anything. Full commitment means full commitment. It doesn't mean little bit here and then judging and then this and that. When there is truth in that motion or movement, unless that guru is some extreme criminal that's telling you to rape somebody or kill somebody, most of the gurus are quite okay. They're quite okay. I mean, there are criminal ones. That's
Yeah,
sure.
I was in...
I'm pretty sure you were not with a criminal one.
No, I was in Tiruvannamalai in 2012. I remember I attended a course. I was the guy who was running after every movement that was saying, we have to make it. I say, yes, I'm here. Here, hands up.
And now you grace us with the end result of those failures, is it? It's not a failure. You have learned from all those masters.
Sure.
And you should be in that gratitude. If you listen to what you've said here, it's very funny. You've had experiences where you've given a lot to gurus or masters or systems or whatever, and finally it didn't work out for you. You left this system, then you move to the next, then you move to the next, then you move to... Then you come to a place which is clearly a system of Guru Shishya Parampara. First day you were here, you knew that, no?
Sure.
But you still keep on coming. So you come, you want to be part of the system, but only when it's about taking out of that system. But when it's about giving into that system, for example, I gave an example of a Dakshinaa. It could be anything, actually. Then you hold back and you say, no, I've had all these experiences. What bad experiences did you have, actually? Some guru took all your money and your passport and sent you back to your home country without food.
In this first part, I remember I was sick. I left the ashram because I was not in a good health condition. And then when I wanted to go back, they said, no, you're not going to come back. And that hurt me so much because I had given myself completely. That was...
Why did they say you're not coming back?
I don't know. If I couldn't never talk to the guys. Then later on someone said, because you left, and people who end their commitment before the end, they end up on a blacklist.
But that is the rule of the ashram then. Of that ashram, the rule is if you leave this place, then you're on a blacklist. If you go to university and you don't complete your course, will you get a degree?
No, surely not. But that wasn't nice because I said, okay, I'm back to Italy.
That is the rule of that ashram. You're trying to break the rules of a given system. I give you another explanation. There are some people, they come and they refuse to sit down where the people tell them to sit. They say, no, I will not sit here. Then they tell them, then you have to leave. Because that's the rule here. Every system has its rules. Every system. Even if it is a guru with one disciple and a dog. Sometimes you see sadhus, they'll have a young sadhu with them and a dog. That's a system. They have strong rules. You cannot just come and expect them to bend their rules to you.
Sure. But anyway, that's a system. At the end, I was so heartbroken because I identified the system with God. So it's like I felt rejected by God. It's a system, it's not God. God has not rejected you. And this was very important for me, and this is something that stays here forever. No system can take the place of God.
Absolutely, I agree with you entirely on this point. And I also would like to remind you that the God you speak about is not something outside. It is the divine within you.
Yeah, he's the one who gave me this life and said, okay, you have this life, I'm happy that you are alive, and I bless you to be alive and well. This God,
So the system is there in order to show you the divine within. This system. I don't know about other systems. Here, The system is to show you that, the antar guru. You are always thrown back, thrown back. That is why I said that you have to learn how to give. It is not to give to a system. It is to give to yourself, but not in the way you think. Mm-hmm. If you stand up and ask yourself very quietly, bring quiet into yourself and ask yourself, is it the right thing for me to make that Dakshinaa? If you had done that on the first day, you didn't do it. You went with the ahankar. I'm not saying you would have, maybe you got a no. Maybe the truth said no. Simone, you cannot give a Dakshina. Okay, then you go with the truth. But did you ask? Did you consult? No. That is what you learn here. You learn to consult the truth. That's all. Guru, system, this one, that one, up, down, it's only the antar guru.
I didn't even have this question. I thought it's fine, the satsang is open, and the day I think this is the last satsang, I will give a action.
Because you base that on your ego, not on a sensing of the situation.
Yeah, and
that's what you are here for, to learn. That's why you landed up here. You are saying the last day of the, how do you know that you'll even come tomorrow? How do you know that? Did you ask? Did you ask the antar guru, will I be here? What do you base all these ideas on? Some idea, of course, some planning we all have.
Yeah, but it's about my relationship with the system, because yesterday I left the ashram.
But you're taking advantage of a system. By even stepping inside this satsang, you are taking advantage of a system, yes or no?
Yes, but yesterday.
Is it yes or no? Are you taking advantage of a system?
Completely.
In a positive way?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Sure.
You are taking advantage of a place where a guru is sitting and giving a satsang, right? So, by stepping inside here, you are accepting the system. Mm-hmm. But what you are doing is, you're stepping inside, you're taking from the system, but you're not accepting it. You're not accepting it. You're against Guru Vada and Guru Shishya Parampara. You don't feel it's the way to go because you've suffered, you've been burnt, right? Mm. When you are burnt, you are still here because that is the system in which you have to, in this life, learn how to function. It's your system. Maybe it's not his system. Maybe it's not meant for Guru Vada. He could be sitting here enjoying the satsang and it's a flow. It's all fine. Maybe he's not meant for Guru Vada, but you are. You're 56 years old. You're still sitting in front of a guru. Why? Because it's your system.
Sure.
It's like people go to university, they go, they learn, then they go back and then they have 2 children, then they again study. There are people who study till the end of their lives. They go to universities. Your system is Guru Shishya Parampara. That's your system. So wherever you go, you'll always end up trying to learn from this system. Otherwise, why are you here? You know?
Sure.
Because it calls you. You're trying to see, did I make a mistake in my life by all that 20 years? Is it really a big mistake? No. There must be somebody or someone that is representative of the truth. You're searching for that and you won't find it if you don't give in that system. And the first thing you give into a system is to respect it. You cannot come into a system and not respect the system, then you won't get anything, really. Is it starting to make some sense to you?
I'm trying to see the point.
20 years, no? You were with different gurus, this and that.
It's 30 years in general.
30 years?
30 years.
30 years.
Or 10 years like a student of a guru, and I was 1 year and a half in the ashram, 2 years actually. And I was for 10 years like the student or the son of another guru, and I was 3 years in the ashram. The whole thing went, to the mental institution. Okay, then I was in a mental institution for 3 years, then I was out of it. I was again a cool guy doing his life. I started to be an artist and stuff, living a normal life. When I found your satsang, I started to listen. I go to sleep listening to your satsang. I wake up listening to your satsang.
You mean on the YouTube?
On the YouTube, yeah, sure. And I will keep doing it until I'm satisfied because, sure, I'm very hungry of this in this life.
Why do you want to do all these satsangs and listen to all these gurus? Why do you want to do all this? Why are you listening to all these gurus? For what? Are you listening also to self-help teachers?
No,
Why only gurus?
because that's my thing.
That's your thing, exactly. First step is to say it's an amazing system. Not to say, I gave all my life to gurus and that's why I came to your satsang and I didn't give a Dakshinaa. Okay. It's the most ancient system of transmission on the planet. Guru Shishya Parampara, it's amazing. It has possibilities that most other systems don't have.
Sure.
Right? Step one. So now we made first step without even a Dakshinaa. You understood something about yourself?
Yes.
Oh, you already knew that also, okay.
But that was also your choice. I mean, in very simple terms, you came here. We were allowed to enter and to sit and ask
Yes.
questions. So I'm not doing something that is not allowed.
I didn't say that you're doing something not allowed. I said that if you come into a system and you don't want systems, then there's a confusion and a contradiction in your thinking.
Cool.
To say that I don't want all the systems, I want the wisdom but not the systems. Do you know what a system is?
Okay.
I'll tell you what a system is. Please. Around a guru. You see that lady sitting there, 18-hour working days, year after year after year after year. You see him there, you see him there. These are all people, they are tough, physically tough people who from morning to night are running a machinery so that people who are in trouble, like that man who was here with the kundalini, with the pain, with a ball in his thing, or people like even yourself or others who have real existential questions, can get their questions answered. That is the system. So to be here, it is important to respect the system. Because it is the system that is allowing you to actually reach the truth of your own being. It's very important to respect that. Have you actually looked at her? Have you looked at her? Have you looked at her and seen what she's doing? Have you noticed? Because you've been in satsangs where people don't notice anything. I'm saying get down to this reality here and notice what's around you. Have you thought for a moment he's standing there every day for 2 hours, plus from early morning to late night, that's what he's doing?
Sure, and definitely.
No, no,
sure.
1 minute. Don't say sure. Tell me, after you've come here, did you once think that these are people, these are human beings, they're not robots, and that they are hard work, what all they must be doing, so that those YouTube videos are on, so that people like that guy with the Kundalini problems get answers, get quiet. People like you can listen to those. Did you think about that? Don't say sure.
No,
Tell me exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because you have to become present now.
No, I didn't. I've seen this in G ashram, so I know there are beings who devote themselves to seva, it's their life. I know for sure it's not my choice. I won't do that again. Not because I blame the system.
Nobody's asking you to do that. It was because you said that all those systems, they were not for you. That the system took you away from yourself or took you away from God, or you confused God with the system. And what I'm trying to tell you is that the system makes it possible for you to connect with the divine within. That's what I'm saying. And therefore it deserves your respect. Not that you have to join the system, because say in our this framework, it takes years for a person to even get seva.
I may, let's say...
Did you hear what I said? I said
Yes.
It takes years. People are applying since 5 years and 10 years to get the chance to do the seva. We don't give them that chance because we do not want people who don't respect deeply the system. You are not like a lot of people sitting here. You have 30 years of seva, of Guru seva behind you. Yes. And you still haven't understood that you have to respect the system. You have to respect it. Otherwise you can't get that final answer. You won't reach the truth. First you have to respect. If I don't respect the university, how can I get a degree? The university will always stand in the way, then I won't follow the rules, I will not listen to the professors, I won't write the exams, all of that, I won't get my degree. And your degree in spirituality is to reach, there's only one thing, self-realization, reaching the self. Your point is the self-realization. And this system is making it possible. The system is not the self. The system makes the realization possible. So don't confuse the two again. You are Shishya material. Otherwise you won't be sitting here, or you wouldn't have been with other gurus. But things don't go according to how you want in Guru Shishya. It's not a psychologist who has certain rules of behavior. It's not psychology. Guru will squeeze you and turn you around and throw you in the air and catch you again, and all of that must have already happened to you. No? Just flow with it and understand that your way and your path is through the Guru Shishya framework. Not this one, I'm saying, anyone, but that's your thing. Accept it quietly first, and then start to come to yourself and be steady in yourself. And it's better for somebody like you not to do guru tourism. You'll just get confused. If you go to Neo-Advaita gurus, they'll tell you one thing. You come here, I'll tell you another thing. Somebody else will tell you a third thing. I say the exact opposite of what the Advaita gurus say. The Neo-Advaitans.
Yeah, in some aspects.
Don't do guru tourism is what I'm telling you. It's not good for you. Decide on something and flow with it. You keep on going here and there, it'll confuse you more and more and more. It's different for her. She's not your age. She can still choose and go and check out 100 gurus. It's fully okay. But at your age, there's one point you have to take one path and stay with it, whatever it is. It will be better for you. Take one path, whatever is appealing to you, whatever it is, take one and stay with it. That is the next step for you. Otherwise, you'll be more and more confused and more pinched. I said, no, pinched in the beginning. Today satsang is over now. Today when you go home, you just be a little quiet. Try to figure out, what is speaking to you really deep down. Of all the gurus you know and what you're watching on YouTube. And whoever is speaking to the deepest, stay with that person. And just stay. Guru Vada has rules. It's not a ruleless story. And one of the rules is, in this framework, for example, I say after the age of 36, fix on one guru, unless it's a criminal and a rapist or something, fix on one guru and go the path. It's a risky business. You cannot have spiritual realization without taking risks. And you have taken risks. Take time, find out, and decide on one guru and stay with it. See, maybe he's not somebody meant for Guru Vada. Understand, na? Maybe he's somebody who just comes here, listens to the satsang and goes. But you have been in Guru Vada since 30 years. A large part of your life. It's your thing. Now look for a guru and stay. Guru Vada means you find a guru at one point and stay with that guru and go deep into everything. Whoever speaks to you culturally, maybe, there are different masters in the world. Maybe somebody in your village, in your town in Italy. Italy has amazing gurus. There are lots of very powerful and amazing spiritual masters coming out of Italy. I even know of a few of them. Some have even come to my satsangs. Really loving and powerful beings, who can really guide you. So you have to decide on one person. That tourism, it's not a supermarket. Have faith in yourself that you will know who is the right one for you. And stick. Stick with Guru. I mean, it's also fun to have a guru. It's not just a big, heavy thing. I mean, my shishyas, we have been laughing all the time from morning to night. In fact, just a few days ago, I was telling her we are laughing too much. We have to be more serious, be more like guru and shishya. We have fun. You also probably had fun with your gurus, right? Yeah. but we have lots of fun. I don't think spirituality is all this serious stuff. It's not. It's joy, an abundance of joy. Do they look serious? Does she look like some serious, floaty creature? Does she look floaty? Does he look floaty? Look at them, they're all very present. They're here. So I'm a little tough with you, but it is done out of love. It is not done out of wanting to put you down. You understand?
Sure.
Yes. I think that will save you if you just decide on one guru and just go with it. You know, whoever it is, it doesn't really matter that much. The point is not who is the guru, the point is how am I as a shishya. The bell has rung, so.
We invite you to be in the presence of Maharishikaa. The 6-day Guru Purnima immersive will take place in Goa in July, and the 6-day Presence immersive will take place in Zurich in August. For more information, click on the links in the description box below.